Hello. Did you know the Tacoma Narrow Bridge collapsed in 1940? It was one of the earliest major infrastructure disasters. A century later, we continue to lose billions in the failed infrastructure projects. Today, we are here to discuss how modern tools can help avoid such failures and drive successful outcomes in the public transit projects. Welcome to this edition of IBM Engineering Tech Exchange webinar focusing on public transit. My name is Imran Hashmi, and I lead ELM Sales for Americas. I'm thrilled to have Mandy Boyle with us today. Mandy works for Mott MacDonald under contract with Sound Transit and bring a wealth of experience to the discussion. Joining us from IBM are my colleagues, Carlos Ramirez and Jeff Hansen, who will provide technical insights. If you are new to IBM ELM webinars, or if you have any questions or find solution we discuss spark your interest, you can learn more at ibm.com/ELM. Let's dive into today's agenda. I'll begin a conversation with Mandy. Then Jeff and Carlos will showcase IBM capabilities. And if we have time available at the end, we will take Q&A. So feel free to drop your questions in the chat. We have IBM subject matter experts ready to respond. So let's get started. Mandy, welcome, and thank you for joining. Let's begin with my first question. I think I would ask, can you share a little bit about your journey and what led you to this field, please?
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mandy Boyle, hailing from Australia.
Mandy, can you hear up? We can barely hear you.
Can you hear me right?
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, okay. I think I need to speak a bit louder. I will start. Good day, everyone. I'm Mandy Boyle, hailing from Australia, the land down under, where kangaroos roam the streets, and it's true. Everything here either wants to sting you, bite you, or make you late for work. Now let's get serious. I've spent last 12 years working on major transport projects that have shaped communities and improved mobility. My journey into engineering began in India, where I started working for the largest commercial vehicle manufacturer. When I moved to Sydney, I was fortunate to contribute to city shaping transport projects, including Sydney Metro City and Southwest, Sydney Metro West, and when I was in Brisbane, Australia, I worked on Logan and Gold Coast Faster Rail. These experiences deepened my passion for creating efficient and sustainable transport systems. They also showed me how engineering can have a long-lasting impact on the communities. What I love most about my work is solving complex challenges by combining technical skills with teamwork. Each project brings unique opportunities to collaborate with diverse teams and stakeholders. For example, I have led efforts to ensure safety and reliability in major transport systems, and these are the key factors in delivering successful projects. And now I'm excited to bring this experience to Seattle, where I'm working on West Seattle and Bella Lake extension projects. And this is an incredible opportunity for me to contribute to a growing city and make a positive difference through improved transit options. Thank you for having me here today. I look forward to share more about my journey and the lessons learned along the way.
Awesome. Great. Thank you, Mandy. Can you tell us some of the projects you have worked on?
Absolutely. Let's start with this one. So Sydney Metro is Australia's largest public transport project, and my journey began in system engineering and assurance with Sydney Metro Northwest. It's highlighted in yellow at the top. So this is a $6.2 billion project, formerly known as Northwest Railing. It's a 36-kilometer line that started operating in May 2019. It introduces driverless metro trains running every 4 minutes during the peak times, making commuting faster and much more reliable. In 2017, I started working on the City and Southwest Metro. So this is a $16 billion project, highlighted yellow on the right side. And it extends the metro rail line by 30 kilometers. The city section opened in August 2024, offering trains every 2 minutes during the peak times. So no timetable required. It's a turn up and go service. Now I will play the video on the left. So this is from the City and Southwest City section opening in August this year. Since its opening, the line has seen high patronage numbers with an average of 200,000 trips per day. These numbers are massive. And I was fortunate enough to be involved in another Sydney Metro project. So this is called Sydney Metro West. It's an $18.7 billion fully underground project. This line will connect Parramatta to Sydney City, creating faster, more convenient communities along the road. It is expected to be completed in the second half of 2020s. I was also involved in Sydney Metro Greater West. It's an $8.2 billion railway line serving Western Sydney and the new Western Sydney Airport. It's scheduled to open in 2026. It will connect St. Mary to the airport, allowing seamless transfer with Sydney's much wider, broader rail network. Sydney Metro is Australia's first fully driverless train network, which is a milestone in transport innovation on its own. Currently, I'm working in Seattle as a technical advisor in systems engineering and assurance for Sound Transit, and working again on West Seattle and Bella Link Extension project. And this is a $7 billion project, which will add 12 miles of light rail and 30 new stations.
So, Mandy, this is really impressive. Thank you. We talk about Tacoma's Narrow Bridge project. Why do you think this topic is especially relevant right now?
Absolutely. Let's move to the next one. As cities grow, we need the efficient and safe public transit system that has never been created. With the increased demand, transit agencies must ensure that systems can handle more users without compromising safety and, more importantly, the service quality. Government and regulators are constantly updating the standards to improve the transit systems. Keeping up with these changes is critical. And to avoid the penalties, public trust, and ensure that the systems smoothly operate. Additionally, with significant public funds invested in transit projects, all these projects are under scrutiny. So the transparency and accountability are essential. Strong risk management and compliance strategies help projects stay on track, on time, and most importantly, within the budget. Now I want to answer the why. Why are these relevant right now? So first I will go with safety. Safety is heart of public transit projects. For example, Sydney Metro track compliance with critical infrastructure planning approvals to meet the environmental and regulatory requirements. This ensures that the risks are addressed early, keeping the projects on track. Sydney Metro assigns compliance requirements and active status at the beginning of a project. These are tracked at each stage and marked inactive when completed. This structured process ensures continuous monitoring and accountability. Contractors are assigned a compliance responsibility through a clear contractual mechanism. This ensures that everyone involved is accountable to meeting these requirements. Environmental requirements are reviewed in ongoing and complete phases. You can see in the figure on the right. Regular assessments help non-compliance issues to be identified quickly, which enables the continuous improvement. Regular compliance reviews also catch the potential problems early. This reduces risk and ensures that the project meets all the regulatory standards. Staying compliant is very important, and it also helps avoid costly delays, penalties, or rework. In return, actually, they deliver value for clients, for stakeholders, and the public as well. Now I want to talk about the top 3 risk components in transit projects. Ensuring the safety of the passengers, staff, and public is critical. It's a topmost priority. Risk from operational failures and accidents must be managed with the strong safety protocols and regular audits. Regular audits are really, really important to manage these risks. Budget overruns and funding can threaten a project. It has threatened many of my projects. So effective financial planning and monitoring are essential to stay within the budget and schedule. Non-compliance with regulation can lead to penalties, delays, and increased costs. So Therefore, by implementing structured compliance tracking, managing risk effectively, assigning responsibilities clearly, and conducting regular assessments, we can tackle potential issues proactively. This not only safeguards public trust and investment, but also lays a foundation for innovation and sustainable transit systems.
Okay, thank you. We talked about the risk. What are the main challenges and opportunities do you see?
Yeah. Managing risk and compliance in public transit comes with its share of challenges and opportunities. While there are many to consider, I want to highlight one of my personal favorite, which is evolving risks. The risks in public transit projects are always changing. This could be due to the new technologies or a political shift in the governments or environmental factors. It's like trying to hit a moving target. We need to stay adaptable and continuously assess these risks and to keep ahead of the curve. And now the opportunity. I want to talk about how we can leverage from technological innovations. The good news is that the technology provides powerful tools to help us mitigate these challenges. Advances in data analytics and automation are transforming how we monitor, report, and actually make these decisions. I want to give an example. On a Sydney Metro West project, we use the real-time data analytics to predict and mitigate these risks. This improves not only the safety of the project, but the overall outcomes as well. On Metro West project, we created a common cause library and a common controls library. All of these were created in the DOS database, which is an IBM requirements management tool. And then these libraries were integrated into the project safety hazard log, ensuring that all the proposed controls and the mitigation measures were systematically tracked. Importantly, these were directly linked to the contractual requirements to enable a full verification and validation, ensuring that there is accountability at every stage of the project. Having accountability is really important, and that was one of the primary reasons why we did it. And for conclusion, the goal here is to turn challenges into opportunities. While the challenges we face are significant, and they also open door for growth and innovation. By addressing these challenges head on, we can use our resources to strengthen, to create sustainable and long-term solutions. Embracing change and fostering a culture of resilience not only help us tackle these challenges effectively, but also allows us to seize opportunities and drive future success.
Okay, great. Thank you. Are there, just curious, are there any misconceptions you would like to talk about?
Absolutely. So this is my favorite part now. And it's a great question, Imran. Thanks for asking this. Let's imagine we are on a train journey with 6 stops. At each stop, we will tackle one of the major misconceptions about managing risk and compliance in transit projects. Hop on. Stop number 1. So this is one of the biggest misconceptions. Risk management is only about avoiding negative outcomes. We all have heard this. While avoiding negative outcomes is important, risk management is more about just playing defense. It's about playing offense. Identifying the opportunities to improve the project outcomes and enhance the overall performance. It's about balancing risk and rewards to achieve the best possible outcome. Stop number 2. I've heard this so many times. Compliance is just about ticking boxes. At this stop, let's debunk the idea that the compliance is merely a bureaucratic exercise. It's not. Compliance ensures that a project meets legal regulatory standards, and which is critical for safety and environmental factors, environmental protection, and most importantly, public trust. To gain public trust, this is really important. If done properly, only If done properly, compliance management can prevent costly delays, legal issues, and making it a cornerstone for a successful project delivery. Now, stop number 3. Risk management and compliance are solely the project manager's responsibility. Here's the truth. Risk management and compliance are a team sport. They require collaboration from everyone involved. This includes stakeholders, project managers also, contractors, and also the regulatory bodies. Everyone plays a vital role in identifying risks and ensuring compliance, making teamwork essential for the success of the project. Safety engineers hate this one. So the stop number 4 is, once a risk management plan is in place, it doesn't need revisiting. You don't have to worry about that. It's already in place. So everything will be safe, which is not true. Let's not forget, risks evolve. They change all the time. The risk management plan isn't one and a done document. It's a living process. Regular reviews and updates are essential for the project progress, ensuring that the new risks are identified and mitigated before even they escalate. Stop number 5. Compliance slows down project progress. This is another misconception. This stop is all about shifting perspectives. Compliance may seem like time-consuming, but it's a critical part of building safely and sustainably. In fact, strong compliance practices prevents delays caused by the safety incidents or the legal issues. It also supports smoother and more efficient project delivery in the longer run. Now, on to our last stop. Risk management and compliance are only relevant during the construction phase. Finally, let's tackle this misconception. Risk management and compliance are crucial throughout the project lifecycle, entire lifecycle, I would say, from planning and to design to operation and maintenance. Ongoing attention to these practices ensure that there is long-term safety, efficiency, and success. Therefore, as we complete our journey today, it's clear that managing risk and compliance isn't just a checkbox exercise. It's a dynamic, collaborative process that ensures that the entire life cycle of the project, we mitigate the risks, and then all the compliance issues are resolved. And what we're going to do is we just want to be compliant to all the regulatory requirements and all the client requirements. By addressing these misconceptions, we can better appreciate the value of comprehensive strategies in delivering successful public transit projects.
Wow, thank you, Mandy. That was really good. I love the way how the train moved across the misconception. So thank you for highlighting each point. Any insight you would think that the audience here would find mostly interesting or eye-opening?
Absolutely, Imran. Let me share some of the insights from Sydney Metro City and Southwest project that hopefully will provide a new perspective on the scale and complexity of these projects. So this is a snapshot of our requirements database from Sydney Metro City and Southwest project. This is no small feat. So we have various levels of requirements. At the top, we have benefits. We have business requirements, which are level 1 requirements, and then we have system requirements, and then we have scope requirements, and then we have the contractual, actually the contractor requirements. So there are various levels in these requirements. And so this database includes 17 major contracts. I'm going to highlight that in yellow, with over 320,000 design verified requirements. And all of these were traced to 874 modules. It's a huge undertaking, but it's essential we meet every single legal, safety, and regulatory standards. Now let's talk about innovative consistency checking. To ensure that all of these contractor requirements are consistent, we created a dedicated view in DOORS, again, a requirements management tool by IBM. And this view compares every contract requirement against a baseline. It highlights consistent requirements in green, top left corner of your screen, and then the inconsistent requirements in red. It also gives a red line and a blue line markup of the changes. This not only saves the countless hours, but also help us quickly spot the scope gaps, and most importantly, the scope creeps. We want to prevent that. As a result, we dramatically reduce the number of full-time employees required for these tasks, and we ensure accuracy. Because this is a live database, any change we make in a single or a one contract, the changes get reflected. Now, the next I want to talk about efficient specification publishing. This was only made possible because of one of the IBM's tool. For this project, for City and Southwest, we published around 874 specifications, each with numerous versions. Ensuring the consistency, standardization, and version control was a major challenge. So a normal tool like editing in Microsoft Word was not going to work here. So to streamline this process, we use IBM's Rational Publishing Engine, now it's called Pub, along with custom scripts to load the pre-approved template. So all we do is just hit the publishing button, and then it takes the module and then load the pre-approved template and then publish a specification with all the requirements which have already been approved. So this system eliminates the need of manual method, again, like editing Microsoft Word, and it reduces significant errors and most importantly, saves significant amount of time. To conclude, these examples demonstrate that the effective risk management and compliance aren't just about avoiding problems. They are about fostering innovation, efficiency, and sustainability. By embracing these practices, we can create safer, more reliable, and cost-effective transit systems that will benefit everyone.
Wow, thank you, Mandy. Before we wrap up, I want to ask if you can share any examples, any best practices, anything more you would like to add, and finally, why IBM?
Yeah, why IBM exactly? To answer this one, I think this is my last slide. Yep. To answer this question, I've been involved in several tool evaluations. So when I go to a new client, I assess the project needs and recommend optimal software solution for them. One interesting thing I found is the IBM tools consistently scores the highest for large-scale infrastructure, transport, all of these projects. And this is mainly due to its robust integration. Integration is really, really important when you're using multiple tools. And also, IBM tools are scalable, easily scalable. And then also compliance with industry standards. They rate really high. And most importantly, proven track record. So when I go to a new client and then try to justify this new tool or adaptation of this tool and then procure a new software, so to show or demonstrate that this tool has a proven track record, there are many transit agencies which are using this tool widely all over the world. So having this in the back of your pocket, it's really, really important. And also, I highly recommend the IBM tools because they have like really smart features like the traceability and change management.
Thank you so much, Mandy. I think this was really, really good and very insightful. Really appreciate your time. And now, I'll pass it over to our technical colleague, Jeff Hansen and Carlos Ramirez, to take us from, how IBM can help, some of the public transit projects. So over to you, Jeff.
Thanks, Imran.
Thank you, Mandy.
Thanks, Mandy. Outstanding presentation. The depth and breadth of your experience is truly amazing. I think we can all see how Mandy came to get that experience when we look at the depth and breadth of the challenges that you all face in the domain of public transit development and management. We heard from Mandy how he experienced the growth of complexity over time, new regulations, new standards coming into play, expanding requirements that got very granular, and with the expanded participation of additional vendors, the depth of those requirements grew incredibly. And he talked about his continuing investigations into digital engineering methods that would help improve the outcomes of the projects that he was involved in. This is where IBM comes in. For many years, we've offered our engineering lifecycle management ELM solution, which is a single platform to manage across the entire application delivery lifecycle. We have architected the ELM solution around several best practices, focusing at the high level, the commonality that everyone would need to work at that scale. Collaboration across teams that are not in the same location. Architected with a common data model that supports the traceability of data across all the domains, requirements, testing, planning, transparency of that data. All the teams should have equal accessibility to data to make informed decisions. Helping to shift left the quality validation of all of the artifacts that are being developed that define the system. With collaboration comes many teams wanting to do their work slightly differently than others. We design that into the platform to allow individual teams to customize and tweak their process while coexisting within the broader process that drives the entire project. Full change management capabilities to understand what has changed and subsequently the impact analysis of that change. And all of this gives you the confidence to tell people where you've been and where you're going. You have compliance needs to prove that you've done what standards or regulations have dictated. Looking at the ELM platform as a whole, we cover 4 major domain areas: requirements management, model design, test planning and management, workflow management, with an open integration architecture to support collaboration with other tools that you would already have in place. And all these components are based on a common foundation that drives our data architecture, how the applications integrate, and then the ability to report at the depth of the traceability of the data across all of these domains. Across the bottom, you'll see the names of our applications that fit into these domains. Mandy specifically called out DOORS for requirements management and publication, pub, for being able to generate on-demand reports and documentation without having a person in the loop to create and manage those documents. You're pulling the data right from the data source. Each of these components are designed to integrate and work collaboratively with each other, or they can be used as an individual and integrated into or with the tools that you already have in place. We do that as our primary integration offering is the IBM Engineering Integration Hub that supports synchronization of data between the engineering lifecycle management components and tools that you already have in place to manage other aspects of your life cycle. I'm sure you're going to see in here logos that match up with the products that you already have. This provides the ability for you to take advantage of new capabilities such as requirements management, expanding on how you may have been doing it in the past, to the way Mandy describes, and being able to integrate that with the tools that you already have in place so that you don't lose that investment. Wrapping up here, you'll see from these statistics that IBM is a significant player in some of the most demanding technology areas that are out there. And specifically relative to civil infrastructure, as a solution engineer at IBM, I work with customers in this space. Many of them are railway customers, California and New York. Their focus has been on the expanded standards for positive train control. I'd like to thank you for your time and your attention, your interest in this topic. We thank Mandy for the outstanding presentation that he did, sharing his experiences, very valuable. Our contact information is here and included in the subsequent assets that we'll share with you. Please feel free to reach out to us at your convenience to discuss further our technology offerings. Thank you and have a wonderful day.